Strangest last meal request on death row. What meals would you guys have?
In some states in America and other countries with legal capital punishment, there exists an interesting custom for criminals on death row. The infamous last meal. Convicted felons are granted the opportunity to select any food and drink of their choice within certain regulations on the eve of their execution. Here are some of the strangest meals ever recorded.
You know what my last meal would be? Oh yeah. Oh dude, I would get In-N-Out. A Wagyu steak. Oh, this is even more delicious. I would get human meat. Cause I never had it. I feel like there's some moral obligations with that.
Number 20. Victor Harry Fagger. In 1963, 28-year-old Victor Harry Fagger was sentenced to death by hanging for convicted
28, bro? You're not even like unk status. No, you have to be a villain.
kidnap murder. For his final meal, the young man had only one request: a single olive with the pit left in. After his execution, the olive pit was found inside Fagger's suit pocket, contributing to the popular belief that he intended to be buried alongside it so that the olive tree symbolizing peace would sprout from his grave. For a dangerous criminal, it's almost a touching sentiment.
Almost a touching sentiment? What happened to the one he killed? He put an olive in them too?
Number 19. Gerald Lee Mitchell. Gerald Lee Mitchell's final meal was even sweeter than Fagger's, but in an entirely...
Then who?
Gerald Lee Mitchell's final meal was even sweeter than Fagger's, but in an entirely different sense.
How do you spell that?
As he awaited his final moments on death row, Mitchell had only one thing on his mind when it came to his final meal: an assorted bag of Jolly Rancher.
Watch the video, shut the f. You watch the video, shut the f.
After finishing the entire bag before facing the final curtain, it's safe to say this criminal intended to go out on a real sugar high. Number 18. Lawrence Russell Brewer. While some have a clear idea of the last thing they'll ever eat, others are totally spoiled for choice. Taking full advantage of this unusual opportunity, convicted killer and white supremacist Lawrence Russell Brewer decided to indulge in an enormous feast in 2011. He requested 2 fried chicken steaks with gravy and onion, a triple bacon cheeseburger, a cheese omelet with ground beef, tomatoes, onions, bell peppers, and jalapenos, 3 fajitas, a meat feast pizza, a bowl of fried okra, a pound of barbecue meat with half a loaf of white bread, peanut butter fudge with crushed peanuts, and a pint of bluebell.
Nah, this is dead ass a Matt Stoney challenge right here. There's no way he ate all of that.
All washed down with 3 root beers. In a final screw you to the justice system, though, Brewer refused to eat a morsel when the order arrived, claiming that he wasn't hungry. Texas Senator John Whitmire was so furious that he decided...
Nah, you deserve an execution just for that.
...to ban the last meal request in the state, so future death row prisoners have Lawrence Russell Brewer to blame for regular prison slop. Number 17. John Wayne Gacy. Another felon who capitalized on his last meal request was the notorious serial killer John Wayne Gacy, otherwise known as the Killer Clown Pogo. For his final supper, Gacy ordered Wayne Gacy, otherwise known as the Killer Clown Pogo.
Bro, imagine dying from a guy named fucking Pogo. Pokemon Go. Pogo stick.
For his final supper, Gacy ordered 12 fried shrimp, a bucket of original recipe KFC, french fries, and a pound of strawberries. Prior to his conviction, Gacy had managed 3 KFC restaurants in his home city of Waterloo, and he clearly never got tired of that finger-licking goodness. Number 16. John Spinkalink. For some, food isn't the priority at all when it comes down to making a last order. Previously known as a heavy drinker, Spinkalink denied any special food to be prepared, but asked for a single flask of Jack Daniels instead, which he shared with the prison superintendent. After his death, the state of Florida's last meal provisions was revised to exclude alcohol altogether, but to be honest, going out while drunk doesn't seem like such a bad idea. No.
Wait, that should be hella trippy. You wouldn't even know it was like a dream or reality. I would make them create an obelisk of miscellaneous meat. You a freak. What?
Number 15. Eileen Wuornos.
She looks like a horror movie character. Her eyes scare me. It's just darkness.
Eileen Wuornos also requested a beverage before taking her last breath in 2002, but of a different kind. A single cup of black coffee was all she wanted. It may seem like this request was her way of saying, don't even think about killing me before I've had my morning coffee, but Wuornos actually had far crazier motivations. In fact, she didn't believe she was going anywhere for long, as her notorious last words were, I'd just like to say I'm sailing with the Rock, and I'll be back like Independence Day with Jesus June 6th. It's safe to say she still hasn't turned up yet. Number 14. Ricky Ray Rector. Ricky Ray Rector seemed to have
What is that hairline? No way. You got the X squared?
Rector had ordered a tasty-sounding meal consisting of steak, fried chicken, and cherry Kool-Aid, followed by a slice of pecan pie. But he left his dessert untouched. When asked why he changed his mind on the sweet treat, Rector simply said he was saving it for later. Whether this was intended as an ironic joke or a sinister hint that his return in the afterlife was imminent is entirely up to you.
Bro, I just realized all of these criminals, man, all of them who got executed so far, they're just making jokes out of this. It's low-key kind of like, it's not funny. It's not funny. Like, they're actually psycho murderers, but it's kind of funny.
Number 13. Timothy McVeigh. What this senseless killer ordered as his last hurrah might surprise you, given the seriousness of his crimes. All McVeigh wanted to eat before his execution in 2001 was 2 pints of mint chocolate chip ice cream, though it's unclear whether one remained chilled as he guzzled down the first or simply melted into a puddle beside it. To be honest, for a man responsible for 168 innocent deaths, even melted ice cream seems far too generous.
I think him liking mint ice cream actually makes sense. I mean, it used to be my favorite ice cream as a kid, but yeah, only psychos really like that shit.
Convicted murderer David Leon Woods spent a whopping 22 years on death row before he was put to death on May 4th, 2007 in Michigan, Indiana. When the daunting moment finally came, Woods had a fairly simple request for his last meal. He chose a standard pizza and an entire birthday cake, both of which he shared with his family. As it turns out, his birthday was actually 3 months after his execution, but hey, beggars can't be choosers. Number 11.
Yeah, I think
Thomas
that's the closest
J.
you'll
Grasso. Thomas J. Grasso was not the brightest of the bunch, and when Judgment Day came in 1995, his final meal request reflected his questionable life choices. He ordered a plethora of extravagant foods like 2 dozen steamed clams, half a dozen barbecued ribs, a Burger King double cheeseburger, and 2
Burger King, bro? Out of all the burgers you could order, you deserve to be electrocuted just for that.
Strawberry milkshakes alongside a can of SpaghettiOs to be served at room temperature. When Grasso's meal arrived, he was served spaghetti and meatballs instead, a mistake he'd never forgive, as his final words were, "I did not get my SpaghettiOs. I got spaghetti. I want the press to know this." Number 10.
Bro, I feel like beggars can't be choosers at that point.
Stephen Wayne Anderson. Grasso isn't the only one to throw a seemingly random ingredient into the mix when concocting the perfect final meal. Stephen Wayne Anderson was a pretty deadly
He was shooting grandmas? Oh, hell no. Lock him up. What did the grandma do? She baked you like cold cookies once? Like, what? Damn.
But his food choices were interesting, to say the least. Before his execution in California in 2002, the 48-year-old requested 2 grilled cheese sandwiches, a pint of cottage cheese, a hominy corn mixture, peach pie and chocolate chip ice cream, and, a big helping of radishes on the side.
What the hell?
Number 9. Peter J. Minial. Convicted killer Peter J. Minial could give Lawrence Russell Brewer a run for his money for one of the biggest orders ever served on death row.
I'm too young to get these references, to be honest.
In 2004, Minial confessed to his crimes and was vocal about being ready to pay the price. But not before he gorged himself on this whopping order.
The edit on
he
his face is
20
crazy.
beef tacos, 20 beef enchiladas, 2 double cheeseburgers, a pizza with jalapenos, fried chicken, spaghetti with salt, and a modest dessert of half a chocolate cake, half a vanilla cake,
It keep going?
cookies and cream ice cream,
It keeps going?
caramel pecan fudge ice cream, and a small fruit cake.
Oh my god, how many calories is that, Chad? That gotta be like 2 crumble cookies.
Wash it all down. He also
I've
had
seen
2
his
lots of Coke, Pepsi, root beer, and orange juice. Maybe he intended to explode Henry VIII style before facing the music. Number 8. Velma Barfield.
Honestly, if I had to choose a way to go out, and if it was the chair or eating food until I explode, I would actually just eat the food. I feel like that would be a more pleasurable experience.
This sweet, God-fearing grandmother became known as the Death Row Granny.
Oh.
Velma Barfield was the
Okay, so maybe that was the granny he was shooting at. I take it all back.
first woman put to death in the U.S. in 22 years when she was executed by lethal injection in 1982. But not before she was granted one final meal. A cup of tea, a slice of coffee cake, or a fruit scone might be what you'd expect. But all Barfield really wanted was a packet of cheese doodles and a can of Coke. But for a devout Christian old lady who also killed 6 people, what can you really expect? Number 7. Robert Alton Harris. When you're ordering your final meal on death row, it's important to cover all bases. And why agonize over which takeaway to get when you can combine the lot? This is exactly what murderer Robert Alton Harris did in 1992 when he requested a 21-piece bucket of KFC and 2 large Domino's pizzas alongside.
Everyone here is ordering KFC, and it's not that good. Like, it's pissing me off. Your last meal, you ordered KFC? Like, yeah, no shit, you're a psychopath.
Had a 6-pack of Pepsi with ice cream and a bag of jelly beans for...
Nah. This is a bigger crime than what he committed. I don't know what he committed, but this is a bigger crime.
and a packet of Camel cigarettes for good measure. Harris is most remembered for his final words, though, which were, "You can be a king or a street sweeper, but everybody dances with the Grim Reaper." Kind of prophetic for a seasoned criminal.
Kind of bars, actually.
Number 6, Ronnie Lee Gardner. Plenty of death row criminals have used their final meal as an opportunity to make smart choices, and Ronnie Lee Gardner was certainly determined to make his sitting last as long as possible. He didn't go too overboard on his order of steak, lobster tail, apple pie with vanilla ice cream, and a 7-Up, but he also had another request: to watch the Lord of the Rings trilogy while eating. Surprisingly, Gardner was permitted to do so, and with a combined runtime of more than 11 hours, this must have been the longest last meal ever.
Damn. Wait, low-key the strat, if you think about it. He just wanted to survive a bit longer.
5, Philip Workman. Gluttony was the last thing on Phillips's mind when he requested his final meal. His final request was for a large vegetarian pizza to be given to a random homeless person. But prison officials refused to do so, and he ate nothing. In a surprising turnout, on the day of his death on May 9th, homeless shelters in Tennessee received large amounts of vegetarian pizzas from people all over the country. So at least he did one good deed before his death. Number 4, Angel Nieves Diaz. Philip Workman may have gone hungry because of his strangely selfless request, but Angel Nieves Diaz deliberately turned down his last meal. As he didn't order anything special, Diaz was served the regular Wednesday prison menu of shredded turkey with taco seasoning, cheese, rice, pinto beans, tortilla shells, apple crisp, and ice cream.
Honestly, it's not that bad, but I would say, like, as your last meal, I wouldn't take that, bro.
Surprisingly nice as that sounds, Diaz refused to eat that too, and in his final words, he condemned the death penalty as a form of vengeance, but also a cowardly act by humans.
You can't say the death penalty is a cowardly act of humans killing someone else when you probably killed like 100 people, bro.
Number 3, Oba Chandler.
Damn, 20 enchiladas.
For his last meal, he ordered 2 salami sandwiches on white bread with mustard and peanut butter, and a grape jelly sandwich on white
mustard and peanut butter? Nah, your taste buds are diabolical, bro. Just like your actions.
Bread with iced tea and the coffee.
Crimes.
And with all that bread, it's safe to say, another one bites the crust. Short link on screen and in the description if you feel.
Yeah, we not buying that shit.
Conklin. Conklin clearly had expensive taste as he requested filet mignon wrapped in bacon, deveined shrimp sauteed in garlic butter with lemon, baked potato with sour cream, chives, and real bacon bits, corn on the cob, asparagus with hollandaise sauce, French bread with butter, goat cheese, cantaloupe, vanilla bean ice cream, and iced tea. Number 1, James Edward Smith.
All right, what's the worst one?
This convicted felon had one of the most bizarre last meal requests ever recorded.
Let's see it.
When it came down to his final meal request in 1990, all he wanted was a lump of soy.
What is that? Oh, did he just eat cow manure? Rice Krispie mixed with my shit. That's what it looks like. Maybe not today because it was green, but maybe yesterday.
Although some have speculated that he did indeed intend to chow down on the dirt, others have suggested he planned to perform a voodoo ritual as the soil was specified to be the Rayconda type, associated with witchcraft. As dirt was not on the list of foods permitted by prison regulations, Smith's request was denied and he was served a cup of yogurt instead. Which,
that's so funny. That's a fucky, bro. That's a fucky meal.
Of course, is the only reasonable alternative. So, what would you order if you were in their position?
I was amazed, bro. I was amazed.